facing the police every single day.
Hey! Hey, chill out, bro! Oh, they missed. Oh, he thugged it. He thugged it. Oh, God, they got you. They about to fight that dog.
Yes. That shit bold as hell. That shit on cold. Oh, bro, they just kicked in the door.
A disturbing video was shared with the Free Thought Project showing Detroit police shoot and kill a dog for barking at officers. Dog. Heartbreaking video shows cops kill dog for barking at them, putting a dozen lives at risk. Matt Agarist, July 25, 2019. Detroit MI. An utterly heartbreaking video was shared with the Free Thought Project this week showing Detroit police shoot and kill a dog who barked at them. Naturally, police are claiming the dog barking at them was aggressive and they are justifying the puppy's side. According to police, they were responding to a report of an alleged burglary. When they arrived on scene, police found a man knocking on a door to a residence who they said had a warrant for his arrest. When officers attempted to take the man in, he walked away. The officers, when they got on scene, they informed him that he was going to be placed in custody for his 2 felony warrants, said Commander Arnold Williams. He proceeded to walk away from officers. The officers did attempt to deploy tasers twice and it appears one may have taken effect. When the officers tasered the man, he dropped the dog's leash. He then attempted to pick it back up again and was successful, but he was tasered once more. That is when the dog began barking at the officers. From the officer's body-worn camera it shows the dog barking at the officer, presenting aggressively, coming towards the officer and the officer firing shots at the dog as it's coming towards him, Williams said. But witness video shows that the dog did not charge at the officers at all. Instead, the officer opened fire as the dog barked at him from 10 feet away, dumping 7 rounds into the dog as it yelps in agony. The dog made it across the street where it died in a neighbor's yard. According to Fox 2 Detroit, Williams says officers did everything in their power to avoid shooting the dog. He says they spent 20 minutes pleading with the man to secure it. They're literally asking him to tie the dog to trees, to put the dog, I think the term they used was off, put the dog off. The officers did not want to do anything with the dog, Williams said. They did not want to harm that dog, but it was not until the dog presented aggressively that they had to take action. Clearly, the video says otherwise. What's more, as the video shows, the officer unloaded 7 rounds in the dog's direction as it ran away, firing rounds in all directions in a crowded neighborhood with children outside playing. That could ricochet off the ground and hit a kid, said resident Richard Ravens. There are so many kids around here. That's what I was worried about, the kids. Indeed. As TFTP reported just this week, an officer in Georgia attempting to shoot a non-aggressive dog actually did shoot a child. The family of an innocent 10-year-old boy filed a $2 million lawsuit on behalf of their son after he was shot by a trigger-happy Georgia cop. The boy, Dakota Corbett, had his knee blown apart while Officer Michael Vickers was attempting to kill his dog. Now, however, thanks to a system that is set up to protect abusive government employees, Vickers was granted qualified immunity and the federal appeals court threw out the family's lawsuit. You read that right. The court ruled that a cop who tried to kill a non-aggressive dog in the home of an innocent family did nothing wrong when he missed the dog and shot a child instead. Rest assured that this case will likely play out in a similar manner. Below is the news report from Fox Detroit, as well as the graphic video that was uploaded to social media. Warning, it is extremely upsetting. Full video. Spread the love.
Video of a Detroit police officer shooting a dog making the rounds on social media. Now an investigation is underway. Witnesses say the shooting was unnecessary and put lives at risk.
And that can ricochet off of, you know what I'm saying, the ground and hit a kid. There were so many kids around here. That's what I was worried about, is the kid.
It happened Tuesday evening after police responded to a call of a burglary on the 8500 block of Pearson on the city's west side. Turns out this man was banging on the door of an acquaintance. Someone else inside called 911. While en route, police learned the man had a warrant for his arrest.
The officers, when they got on scene, they informed him that he was going to be placed in custody for his 2 felony warrants. He proceeded to walk away from the officers. The officers did attempt to deploy tasers twice. It appears that one may have taken effect.
Commander Arnold Williams says that's when the man who was walking the dog let go of the leash.
So from the officer's body-worn camera, it shows the dog barking at the officer, presenting aggressively coming towards the officer, and the officer firing shots at the dog as it's coming towards him.
Williams says officers did everything in their power to avoid shooting the dog. He says they spent 20 minutes pleading with the man to secure it.
They're literally asking him to tie the dog to trees, to put the dog, I think the term they used was off, put the dog off. The officers did not want to do anything with the dog. They did not want to harm that dog. But it was not until the dog presented aggressively that they had to take action.
And that man in question was arrested after the dog was shot and killed. Right now he's in custody for those 2 felony warrants, one for aggravated assault, the other for domestic violence. You, Taryn?
Well, Randy, I watched that video in its entirety, and it appeared that the officers handled the situation correctly. Do we know if the shooting was according to DPD protocol?
Well, DPD is investigating it, and that's something that they are going to be looking into. That's the basis of the investigation. The video speaks for itself, if you will, even though some residents who witnessed this happen say the shooting was unnecessary. Police are ultimately going to make the final call on whether or not the officer was justified in shooting that dog.
Hey, Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch. I am using any video here with under fair use. If you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc., and please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.